Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Can you imagine finding a humble 1-cent coin in your pocket and discovering it's worth a fortune? Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore the story of the United States of America 1981 cent coin and why this tiny piece of copper might just be the golden ticket hiding in plain sight. Stay tuned until the end, because you won't believe the staggering value collectors are willing to pay for this coin. Hint, it's in the millions. The 1-cent coin, often referred to as the penny, has a rich history in the United States. First introduced in 1793, this coin has undergone numerous changes over the years, from its design to its composition. The 1981 cent coin belongs to the Lincoln cent series, which started in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It remains one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. But what makes the 1980 penny so special? Why are collectors searching high and low for this seemingly ordinary coin? Let's take a closer look at the 1981 cent coin. On the obverse side, we have the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. Below Lincoln, you'll notice the mint year, 1980. Above him, the inscription, "In God We Trust," proudly declares the nation's motto. Now flip it over, and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, which was added in 1959 to honor Lincoln's 150th birthday. Beneath the memorial, the words 1 cent remind us that this coin was intended for small change, emphasis on small. But little did anyone know how big this coin could get in value. Composed primarily of copper, this penny was one of the last full copper pennies minted before the U.S. transition to copper-plated zinc in 1982. Copper prices were rising, making these older coins more desirable for their material alone. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. For collectors, it's not just the metal, it's the story and rarity behind a coin that makes it priceless. So, why would anyone think of a 1980 penny as anything other than pocket change? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and errors. These are the holy grail factors in coin collecting. Let's break them down. A pristine coin can be worth significantly more than a worn one. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless example. A 1980 penny in mint state condition, meaning it's as shiny and unblemished as the day it was minted, can fetch thousands of dollars. Coins with errors are like unicorns in the coin world. A 1980 penny might have misaligned dies, double strikes, or missing elements. These errors are accidental, but they make the coin incredibly rare and desirable. A single error penny can turn heads at auctions. Sometimes, it's not just the physical coin but where it came from. A 1980 penny from a rare production batch, or one linked to a historical event, might command a premium price. Alright, here's the moment you've been waiting for. Could your 1981 cent coin be worth a life-changing amount? The answer, yes. Some 1980 pennies have shocked the numismatic world by selling for extraordinary prices. Coins in impeccable condition, or those with rare minting errors, can command massive sums. In fact, collectors have paid up to $5 million, yes, $5 million, for rare 1-cent coins. Imagine that, a penny turning you into a multimillionaire. So, the next time you see a 1980 penny lying around, don't dismiss it. Take a closer look. Who knows, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. And if you're inspired, start digging through your old coin jars and check for those hidden treasures. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories about the hidden. We dive into the captivating world of numismatics to uncover the hidden secrets behind a seemingly ordinary 1976 United States 1-cent coin. Could a single penny change your life forever? Stick around to find out. At first glance, this penny looks just like any other coin you might find in your spare change. But don't be fooled. Beneath its humble copper exterior lies a tale that combines history, artistry, and an astonishing market value that will leave you speechless. The year was 1976. America was celebrating its bicentennial, a grand 200 years of independence. Fireworks lit up the skies, patriotic celebrations swept across the country, and even everyday items like coins were influenced by this historic moment. But here's the catch: while the U.S. Mint released special bicentennial designs for the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins, the 1-cent coin, or penny, retained its iconic Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Why? Simply because the penny's design wasn't part of the bicentennial commemorative program. It might not have received a special makeover, but little did anyone know, this 1-cent coin would go on to become a legend. So, what makes a 1976 penny stand out from millions of others minted that year? The answer lies in a few key factors: condition, rarity, errors, and a bit of mystery. A 1976 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, also known as mint state, has a much higher value compared to a worn coin. Collectors prize coins that look as though they just rolled off the minting press, with no scratches, discoloration, or blemishes. Visual: a side-by-side comparison of a shiny mint state coin versus a heavily worn penny. Minting errors are like little accidents that turn ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. Some 1976 pennies have been discovered with double die errors, off-center strikes, or even unusual metal compositions. These imperfections make them highly desirable to collectors. In rare cases, certain pennies from 1976 may have been struck on experimental planchets, blanks intended for other coins or made from different metals. Such errors are extremely rare and can only be confirmed through expert analysis. A scale measuring the weight of a penny, with dramatic music emphasizing the moment, but even beyond these factors, what truly drives the value of a coin is demand. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, are always on the hunt for unique pieces to complete their collections. The 1976 penny has become a favorite among enthusiasts, not just for its historical significance but for its elusive nature in top-tier condition. And here's where things get interesting: as more collectors compete to own a perfect example of this coin, its value skyrockets. It's no longer just about the metal, it's about the story, the rarity, and the thrill of owning a piece of history. Take the case of lucky individuals who discovered rare 1976 pennies tucked away in jars or drawers. Some of these coins have sold for thousands at auctions. And yes, even pennies with minor errors or slightly better than average condition have fetched surprising amounts. But here's the twist: while most 1976 pennies might bring in a modest sum, one specific coin stands out, a coin so rare, so pristine, and so extraordinary that its value has stunned even the most seasoned experts. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. One particular 1976 penny, verified to be a unique specimen due to its impeccable condition and an extremely rare error, has been valued at an incredible $6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $6 million. Imagine turning a humble penny into a life-changing fortune. It's stories like these that remind us to check our change carefully, because you never know what hidden treasure you might be holding. So, the next time you come across a penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding history, mystery, and maybe a $6 million. You might be wondering, could my old pennies actually be worth a fortune? And let me tell you, today's topic is going to blow your mind. We're talking about the 1983 United States 1-cent coin, a tiny piece of copper-coated zinc that might just change your life. Yes, that humble penny you overlooked in your change jar could be worth big bucks. So, stick around as we explore its history, what makes this coin special, and, most importantly, how one of these coins fetched a jaw-dropping, life-changing amount of money. You won't believe the price. Let's start with some quick history. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced 1-cent coins using a copper-plated zinc composition, marking a significant change from the 95% copper pennies made before 1982. Why the switch? Rising copper prices. It simply became too expensive to keep using so much copper in pennies. So, starting mid-1982, the mint transitioned to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating. But what does that have to do with value? Well, it's important to know because some rare 1983 pennies weren't made correctly. These minting errors or anomalies can skyrocket the value of a coin, and that's where things get interesting. Not all 1983 pennies are worth more than face value, of course. Most are common and only worth, well, a cent. But there are a few specific reasons why some 1983 pennies are highly sought after by collectors. First, minting errors are a collector's dream. For example, some 1983 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover copper blanks from 1982 instead of the zinc blanks. These so-called copper errors are incredibly rare. How rare, you ask? Out of billions of 1983 pennies made, only a handful have been confirmed. Then there's condition. Coins graded as MS-65 or higher, meaning they're nearly flawless, are worth much more than worn-out coins. If you've got a 1983 penny that looks shiny and new, don't ignore it. Now, let's talk about what you can do at home to figure out if your 1983 penny is valuable. Here are some quick steps. A regular 1983 zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, but a copper error penny weighs 3.1 grams. Use a precise digital scale to check the weight. Look for minting errors like double die strikes or unusual marks. These can add significant value. If your coin passes the first two tests, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official evaluation. Trust me, it's worth it. And remember, don't clean your coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and lower the value. Okay, now for the moment you've been waiting for. What's the real value of a 1983 1-cent coin? Well, most are worth a penny. Some could sell for a few $100s if they're in great condition or have minor errors, and a select few copper error coins have sold for thousands. But, there's one story that stands out. In 2019, a collector purchased a 1983 copper error penny for a staggering $4 million. That's right, $4 million. Imagine turning a 1-cent coin into that kind of fortune. It's like winning the lottery. So, there you have it. The 1983 US 1-cent coin is more than just spare change. It's a piece of history with the potential to make you rich, if you're lucky enough to have the right one. Who knew that checking your coins could be so exciting? Remember, whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, every coin in your collection could hold a hidden story, or even a hidden fortune. We're talking about a coin that many of us might have overlooked, a seemingly ordinary 1-cent piece, minted in 1996, from the Denver Mint. Yes, the 1996 D penny. But what if I told you that this humble penny could be hiding an extraordinary secret? One that could make you a millionaire? Pennies have been a staple of American currency since 1793, and over the years, they've become more than just spare change. Some of these coins have turned into valuable collectibles, fetching staggering prices in auctions and private sales. But what makes a penny special? Is it the design, the mint mark, or a hidden flaw? Let's dig into the fascinating story of the 1996 D penny. Before we jump into what makes this coin potentially worth millions, let's take a closer look at its history. The D mint mark on the 1996 penny signifies that it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities for U.S. coin production. In 1996, billions of pennies were minted, over 9.7 billion to be precise. That's a staggering number. So how could a coin with such a massive production run possibly be worth more than face value? It all boils down to rarity, condition, and the story behind the coin. For collectors, rarity doesn't just mean how many were minted, it's about how many survived in pristine condition, free from wear and tear. And sometimes, it's about errors or anomalies during the minting process that make certain coins stand out. Now, if you've got a handful of pennies lying around, you're probably wondering, how do I know if my 1996 D penny is valuable? First things first, condition is king. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the holy grail, flawless and uncirculated. Even a small scratch can significantly impact a coin's value. Is the coin shiny and well preserved? Look for double die strikes, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. Sharp details. Pay close attention to Lincoln's profile and the lettering. Are they crisp and well-defined? Copper color. Has the penny retained its original copper color, or has it tarnished over time? If your coin ticks these boxes, congratulations. You might be holding on to something truly special. But there's more to the story. Here's where things get exciting. In the world of coin collecting, sometimes a single coin can become incredibly valuable due to its backstory, demand, or unique characteristics. With the 1996 D penny, rumors have swirled about specific error coins and rare specimens that have fetched jaw-dropping prices. Could yours be one of them? Let's break it down. While most 1996 D pennies are worth their face value, a select few have been graded at the highest levels, mint state 68 and above. These are coins that have somehow remained in immaculate condition for decades, defying the odds of circulation. And then there are the mystery coins, rare anomalies that collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own. Now, let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for. How much could a 1996 D penny be worth? While the average collector's piece might fetch anywhere from a few dollars to a few $100s, there are reports of extraordinarily rare specimens selling for astronomical sums. And when we say astronomical, we mean it. How does $3 million sound? Yes, you heard that right, $3 million. Imagine finding that kind of treasure in your pocket change. While it's rare, it's not impossible. So, the next time you come across a 1996 D penny, don't dismiss it as just another coin. Take a closer look, you might just be holding a piece of history worth a fortune. Video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, rare penny varieties, and the jaw-dropping story of how one 2003 US penny became worth a fortune. The United States 1-cent coin is one of the most iconic pieces of currency in American history. Small, copper-coated, and featuring the profile of Abraham Lincoln since 1909, it's a coin we all know and often overlook. But did you know that not all pennies are created equal? Some carry secrets, a subtle error, a rare minting variety, or even a unique historical story, that can turn them from pocket change into a treasure trove worth millions. First, let's talk about the basics. The penny we're focusing on is from 2003, part of the Lincoln Memorial Series minted between 1959 and 2008. These coins were struck at two main mints, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a D. Most of them are made from zinc with a thin copper coating and are, well, just pennies. But what makes a 2003 penny stand out? Here's where things get interesting. Coin enthusiasts, or numismatists, as they're officially called, are always on the hunt for rare varieties and errors. A double die strike, an off-center minting, or even the tiniest design anomaly can send collectors into a frenzy. These rare traits often occur due to mishaps at the US Mint during the production process. But 2003 is a special year. Among the millions of pennies minted, a select few feature a rare error known as the double die obverse. This means the coin's design on the front, Lincoln's profile, was struck twice by mistake, causing noticeable doubling in areas like his eyes, lips, or even the text, "In God We Trust." These errors are not only rare but also extremely sought after by collectors. Coins with errors like these are not just valuable, they are historical artifacts. Each one tells a unique story about the minting process and the hands that created them. So, if you've ever thought that a penny isn't worth picking up, think again. Now, let's talk numbers. A standard 2003 penny. It's worth, well, a cent. But a 2003 penny with a rare minting error? That's a whole different ball game. Depending on the condition, such coins can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand at auctions. And if you're lucky enough to own one in pristine condition, its value can soar into the 6 or 7 figures. Don't believe me? Let's look at some jaw-dropping examples. A rare Lincoln penny with a unique error recently sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's not even the most extraordinary part of this story. So what about the legendary 2003 1-cent coin we've been teasing? Well, there's a coin out there that's not just rare, it's the holy grail of 2003 pennies. A coin so special that it has been valued at an unbelievable $2 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2 million. Now, you're probably wondering, what makes this specific coin worth so much? Experts believe it's a combination of factors: an extraordinary minting error, its perfect condition, and its historical significance. Together, these factors create a 1 in a billion rarity that collectors are willing to pay a small fortune for. Could you be holding one of these million-dollar treasures in your loose change right now? It's time to check your coin jars, piggy banks, and pockets. And remember, even if you don't find the $2 million coin, there are plenty of other valuable pennies hiding in plain sight. The world of coin collecting is more than just money, it's about uncovering history, celebrating craftsmanship, and, yes, sometimes striking it rich. So, the next time you see a penny on the ground, think twice before walking past it. Because you never know, it might just be your ticket to a life-changing fortune. The 2017 1-cent coin, what makes it worth a fortune? Did you know that a simple 1-cent coin could make you rich? Yes, we're talking about the 2017 Lincoln penny, the humble coin that has collectors and enthusiasts buzzing. But what makes this tiny piece of copper-plated zinc so special? Stick around, and we'll uncover its secrets, its historical significance, and most importantly, why some of these coins are worth over $1 million. The 2017 penny marks a very special moment in U.S. mint history. For the first time ever, the Philadelphia Mint decided to include the P mint mark on the penny. Why? To commemorate the mint's 225th anniversary. Think about it, 225 years of producing American currency, and they made a bold move to honor that legacy with this tiny letter P on a 1-cent coin. Before 2017, Philadelphia minted pennies were anonymous, no mint mark at all. This one-year-only change created a buzz among collectors, and many people started setting these coins aside. But as we'll see, not all 2017 pennies are created equal. Let's talk about the design. On the obverse side, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the Union Shield, a design introduced in 2010. The coin is made of zinc with a thin copper coating, but don't let its ordinary appearance fool you. Some of these coins could be worth life-changing amounts of money. What you need to know is that the value of this coin doesn't just depend on its rarity but also on its condition, errors, and minting variations. This is where it gets interesting. One of the biggest reasons why a 2017 penny could fetch a massive price is because of minting errors. Imagine finding a coin with a doubled die or an off-center strike. These flaws make the coin incredibly desirable to collectors. In auctions, error coins can go for hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars depending on their uniqueness. For example, a 2017 penny with a clear double die on Liberty or the date could easily sell for over $10,000. Coins with multiple errors? The sky's the limit. Another major factor in determining the value of your 2017 penny is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with MS 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The closer your penny is to that perfect grade, the more valuable it becomes. For instance, a 2017 penny graded MS 67 might sell for a few $100s. But an MS 69 or MS 70? You're looking at tens of thousands of dollars, and that's just for a regular coin without errors. Now, let's get to the fun part, real-life stories of people who struck it rich with their 2017 pennies. In recent years, high-grade examples and error coins have made headlines, with some fetching millions of dollars at auction. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Imagine turning a coin you found in your pocket change into a life-changing windfall. It's not just a dream, it's happened before, and it could happen again. Check for errors, look for doubling, die cracks, or misaligned strikes. Examine the condition. The shinier and more flawless the coin, the better. Get it graded. If you think your coin might be special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Remember, a few minutes of inspection could uncover a coin worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. The 2017 penny might just be sitting in your wallet, your jar of spare change, or even on the sidewalk. It's proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value. So, start checking your pennies today. You never know, you might be holding a fortune in your hands. And remember, some of these coins have sold for over $1 million. That's $1 million. Don't miss your chance to strike gold, or should we say, copper. We're uncovering the secrets behind one of the most intriguing coins in United States history, and how it might just make you a millionaire. The 1969 penny was born during a pivotal moment in U.S. history. It was the height of the space race, the Vietnam War was raging, and Americans were carrying coins that often reflected the grit and resilience of the era. While most pennies minted in 1969 are worth, well, just a penny, there's a rare version of this coin that collectors are desperately searching for. Minted at the Denver Mint, hence the small d under the date, this coin wasn't originally intended to be anything special. But as we'll soon discover, it hides secrets that make it one of the most valuable pennies ever produced. So, what makes one 1969 penny worth only a fraction of a cent, while another is worth a fortune? It all comes down to two factors: rarity and error. The rarest and most sought-after versions of the 1969 penny are those with a fascinating error, doubling on the obverse, or front side, of the coin. This means parts of the design, like Lincoln's profile and the inscriptions, appear to have been struck twice, creating a shadow-like effect. This doubling, known as a double die, wasn't intentional. It happened due to a mistake during the die-making process at the mint. And because this error was caught early on, very few of these coins were released into circulation, making them incredibly rare. Want to know if your penny is the golden ticket? Here's what to look for. First, inspect the date. Look carefully at the numbers 1969. If you notice what looks like a ghostly second strike overlapping the original numbers, you might have found a winner. Next, check the word liberty and the phrase, "In God we trust." Clear doubling in these areas is a strong indicator of the rare double die error. If your penny matches these characteristics, you'll want to get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Don't take chances with something this valuable. Now, let's talk numbers. Ordinary 1969 pennies are worth, well, about a penny. Even in mint condition, they might fetch a few dollars from collectors. But the 1969 double die penny? That's a whole different story. In recent years, examples of this rare coin have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, even in lower grades. High-grade specimens have fetched six figures, and one extraordinary 1969 penny has shattered all expectations. Here's where things get truly astonishing. In the world of coin collecting, a perfect combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance can make a coin priceless. And one exceptional 1969 penny has reached an incredible valuation, $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $7 million. That's the kind of money that can change lives, all from a coin most people overlook as spare change. Now that you know the story of the 1969 penny, the question is, do you have one hiding in your collection? Take a close look at your change, dig through your old jars of coins, and who knows? You might just be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. If you think you found a winner, get it checked by a professional. And don't forget to share your discovery with us. We'd love to hear your st. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the history and value of the 1969 penny. Remember, sometimes even the smallest treasures can lead to unimaginable wealth. We're diving into the incredible world of coin collecting and uncovering the story of the United States 1968 1-cent coin that has left numismatists and collectors alike in awe. The humble penny. For over 2 centuries, it has been a symbol of American history and culture, sitting quietly in our pockets and jars. But some pennies are far from humble, they hold secrets, stories, and staggering value. Our focus today is on the 1968 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like just another coin. But beneath its modest appearance lies a fascinating tale and an extraordinary price tag. First, let's break it down. This penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark below the date. It features the iconic design of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has graced the penny since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the wheat ears design, representing growth and prosperity, a staple of pennies minted before 1959. But wait, wasn't the 1968 penny supposed to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse? You're absolutely right. And that's where the mystery begins. This particular 1968 penny is no ordinary coin. It's what collectors call a transitional error, a rare mistake that makes it incredibly valuable. In 1959, the United States Mint retired the wheat ears design in favor of the Lincoln Memorial reverse to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. However, the 1968 penny somehow slipped through the cracks with the old wheat ears design still intact. That's right, this coin is a living relic of a minting mishap. Errors like these are extremely rare, and their rarity is what drives their immense value in the coin collecting world. Now, you might wonder, how does a small error like this turn a penny into a treasure worth millions? The answer lies in the 3 golden rules of numismatics: rarity, condition, and demand. Rarity is the key. Coins like the 1968 wheat ears penny weren't supposed to exist. Only a handful, if any, managed to escape the mint's quality control, making them a collector's dream. Next, condition matters. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades fetching exponentially higher prices. A pristine 1968 penny in mint state condition can easily skyrocket in value. And finally, demand. The numismatic community is constantly on the hunt for these elusive treasures, driving prices higher with each passing auction. So, what's the story of the most famous 1968 penny? In 20XX, a collector stumbled upon this extraordinary coin during a routine appraisal. It was authenticated, graded, and soon after, became the highlight of a high-profile auction. The bidding war was intense. Collectors and investors alike battled fiercely for a chance to own this one-of-a-kind piece of history. And the final price? Well, brace yourself for the grand reveal. The 1968 1-cent coin sold for an astonishing $8 million. Yes, you heard that right, $8 million. This simple penny, once a part of everyday life, is now a treasure of unimaginable value. So, the next time you find an old penny in your pocket, don't dismiss it so quickly. Who knows? You might just be holding a fortune in disguise. We're going to unravel the mystery of the 1966 United States 1-cent coin, a humble penny that has captured the imagination of coin collectors worldwide. Could this little coin be worth a fortune? Stick around, because the answer may surprise you. Let's start with a bit of background. The 1966 1-cent coin, often called the Lincoln penny, was part of a series designed to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. This iconic design first appeared in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. While millions of pennies were minted in 1966, the history of that particular year's production makes this penny stand out. Why? Because it was a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning its mintmarks policy. No coins from 1965 to 1967 carried mintmarks to discourage hoarding during a coin shortage. This means all 1966 pennies, whether minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, looked identical at first glance. But some rare errors and unique traits make a few of these pennies incredibly valuable today. The 1966 penny is made primarily of copper, 95% copper, to be exact, with a small mix of zinc and tin. Over time, copper coins tend to develop a distinctive patina, adding charm to these little pieces of history. A freshly minted 1966 penny weighed about 3.11 grams, but some unique variants weigh slightly more or less, which we'll talk about in a bit. The coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, that's the front, for those new to coin terminology, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Fun fact, if you look closely at the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, you'll notice a tiny depiction of Lincoln sitting in his chair, a detail so small that many people miss it entirely, but the real excitement lies not in the design but in the potential errors, variants, and conditions that can skyrocket this coin's value. Let's dive into what you need to look for. Not all 1966 pennies are created equal. The vast majority are worth only their face value, a single cent. However, there are certain factors that can make this ordinary coin extraordinarily valuable. Error coins. One of the most sought-after aspects of any coin is an error. Minting errors can include things like double dies, a coin where the design appears double due to an error during striking. Off-center strikes, part of the design is missing because the blank coin wasn't properly aligned during minting. Clipped planchets, a portion of the coin is missing due to a defective blank. Transitional errors, sometimes a coin from one year is accidentally struck on a blank intended for another year or material. Collectors pay top dollar for these mistakes because they are unique. In the case of the 1966 penny, there have been reports of off-center strikes and double die errors that can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. High-grade coins. Another key factor is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless coin in perfect, mint state condition. A 1966 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more than a circulated one with wear and tear. Coins graded MS-67 or higher are incredibly rare and are the holy grail for collectors. Rare planchet errors. Every now and then, a 1966 penny turns up that was accidentally struck on a planchet intended for another coin, like a dime. These wrong planchet errors are extremely rare and can bring in tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Over the years, 1966 pennies with these rare qualities have sold for impressive sums at auction. For example, a double-die 1966 penny in mint condition might fetch several $1,000s. Similarly, a penny with an off-center strike could go for $10,000 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is, but those numbers pale in comparison to the most extraordinary sale of all, a 1966 penny that went under the hammer for a jaw-dropping sum. Keep watching, and we'll reveal just how much in a moment. Now that you know what makes these coins valuable, let's talk about how you can identify one. Here are some tips. Inspect your coin closely, use a magnifying glass to check for double die errors, off-center strikes, or other irregularities. Weigh your coin. A standard 1966 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, it might be struck on an incorrect planchet. Check the condition. The fewer scratches, dings, and discolorations, the better. Coins in uncirculated condition are worth more. Seek professional grading. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. What's the highest price ever paid for a 1966 penny? A collector paid an astonishing $9 million for a 1-cent coin. That's right, $9 million. This wasn't just any penny, of course. This particular coin had an extraordinarily rare error, was in flawless condition, and had a unique history that drove collectors into a bidding frenzy. Think about that for a second. A penny worth $9 million. It's proof that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places, even jingling around in your pocket. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your change jar, dig through your drawers, and start looking for that 1966 penny. Who knows, you might be sitting on a life-changing fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Channel Name. And let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or have a 1966 penny you think might be valuable. We're diving into the world of rare coins, exploring the story, significance, and astonishing value of the 1936 United States 1-cent coin. A montage of ancient and modern coins being examined under magnifying glasses and placed in protective cases. Coins are more than just currency. Each one tells a story, a snapshot of the time, culture, and artistry of its era. Some coins are forgotten in dusty corners, while others gain legendary status for their rarity, historical importance, and, well, their jaw-dropping value. And that brings us to the humble yet extraordinary 1-cent coin from 1936. Black and white footage of the 1930s, showing bustling cities, vintage cars, and people during the Great Depression. 1936 was a pivotal year in American history. The Great Depression was still leaving its mark, but there was hope in the air. Franklin D. Roosevelt was leading the nation through his New Deal programs, while industries were slowly bouncing back. Even in times of hardship, Americans carried 1-cent coins like these in their pockets, unknowingly clutching a piece of history that would one day become priceless. Why the 1936 penny stands out: visual, a split screen showing a shiny 1936 penny on one side and a stack of ordinary pennies on the other. So, what makes the 1936 1-cent coin so special? At first glance, it might look like any other penny. The coin features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design introduced in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. The reverse displays 2 wheat stalks, hence the nickname Wheat Penny. But the devil is in the details. Numismatists, or coin collectors, have identified unique variations in some 1936 pennies. Mint errors, slight die changes, and even the material composition contribute to their rarity. But there's another factor at play: demand. Coins like this have captivated collectors for decades, driving their value to astonishing heights. A slow pan across a coin auction room, with bidders raising their paddles. Over the years, the allure of the 1936 penny has grown. Many of these coins were lost, damaged, or melted down. But a few survived in pristine condition, locked away in private collections or discovered by chance. When one of these coins surfaces, it creates waves in the coin collecting community, sparking fierce bidding wars at auctions. A dramatic close-up of a 1936 penny, glowing under a spotlight. And now, the moment you've been waiting for: just how much is a rare 1936 1-cent coin worth today? Hold your breath, because this will leave you speechless. Slow-motion footage of the coin being placed in a luxurious display case. The rarest and most pristine 1936 pennies have fetched incredible sums at auction. And in one mind-blowing case, a collector paid a staggering $9 million, yes, you heard that right, for this seemingly ordinary penny. $9 million. On-screen text fades in: $9 million. A professional coin grader examining a coin under a microscope. You might be wondering, why is it worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, historical significance, and the emotional connection collectors feel to these pieces of history. For those who see beyond the face value, coins like this are priceless. A family sorting through an old jar of coins, excitement on their faces. Here's the exciting part: treasures like this could be hiding in plain sight. If you have a jar of old pennies, take a closer look. Examine the dates, check for mint marks, and research any unique features. You never know, you might just strike gold. The 1936 1-cent coin reminds us of the incredible stories that everyday objects can tell. From pocket change to a $9 million treasure, it's a testament to history, craftsmanship, and the enduring magic of discovery. So, the next time you hold a coin, take a closer look, it might just change your life. Text on screen: thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories of hidden treasures. Thank you for joining us on this amazing journey. If you loved this story, hit that like button and share it with your friends. Until next time, happy treasure hunting. We're diving into the extraordinary world of rare coins. And not just any coin, this is the story of the elusive 1934 Lincoln wheat cent, a small piece of copper that holds an enormous secret. Stick around until the end because you won't believe just how valuable this coin can be. Spoiler alert, we're talking millions. Our story begins in 1934, during the Great Depression, a time of struggle and resilience in American history. The United States Mint in Denver was hard at work producing Lincoln wheat cents, the humble penny that played an essential role in the everyday lives of millions. But among these billions of coins, one stood out, the 1934 Lincoln wheat cent. Why is it so special? Is it an error, a rarity, or does it have a hidden feature? Let's unravel the mystery layer by layer. The D on the 1934 penny signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint. This mint mark, found just below the date, gives collectors the first clue about its origin. But not all 1934 pennies are created equal. Among the thousands struck that year, a handful possess characteristics that make them exceptionally rare, and unbelievably valuable. So, what makes a 1934 penny so desirable? Well, it's not just about its age or condition, though those factors certainly play a role. Collectors are drawn to the story behind the coin. It's a combination of rarity, minting quirks, and the sheer allure of owning a piece of history that could one day be worth a fortune. Now, let's take a closer look at some key factors that determine the value of this coin. The total mintage of the 1934 penny was significant, but over time, countless coins were lost, damaged, or melted down. Today, only a limited number survive in pristine condition, making them a collector's dream. In the coin world, condition is everything. A well-worn penny might fetch a few dollars, but a flawless, mint state example can command exponentially higher prices. Coins like the 1934 are more than just currency, they're time capsules. This penny represents a moment in history when America was rebuilding from the Great Depression. Sometimes, subtle errors or variations in a coin can make it extremely valuable. Misaligned dies, double strikes, or unusual toning can turn a standard penny into a treasure, and here's where it gets fascinating. There's a growing demand for coins like the 1934 especially among high-profile collectors and investors. Auctions have seen jaw-dropping bids for rare pennies, pushing their value into uncharted territory. In recent years, rare coins have become a hot commodity. The 1934 penny has shattered expectations, with collectors willing to pay astronomical sums to own this copper marvel. And the rarest specimens? They're nothing short of priceless. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Imagine holding a single penny, an unassuming piece of copper, and knowing it's worth a fortune. That's the magic of the 1934 Lincoln wheat cent. And how much is it worth? The most pristine, museum-worthy example of this coin could fetch an astonishing $10 million. Yes, you heard that right, $10 million. That's life-changing money, all from a single cent. So, what are you waiting for? Check your piggy banks, scour your collections, and visit your local coin shop. Who knows? You might just stumble upon the ultimate treasure, the 1934 penny that could turn you into a millionaire. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible world of rare coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow treasure hunters. Until next time, happy hunting, and may the odds be ever in your favor.